And hello, everybody, and welcome. This is officially week one of our Applied Economics course. I'm your instructor, Javier Black, and I just wanted to kind of do an introduction video here. The reason for doing this would be due to our transition of our learning management system. As you know, we are no longer accessing Moodle, but we are now using Canvas. So what I wanted to do for this first video in week one, I just wanted to do just a brief overview and navigate of Canvas. Now, there is another YouTube tutorial video that is provided for you on here. But however, though, one of the things that I like to do, I like to be able to provide my own material, my own videos, just facilitating and also giving everybody instruction considering that this happens to be an online course. So, the first thing that you want to do is when you log on to Canvas with your user credentials is that you want to look at the home page. As you could tell, this happens to be a 6-week course that we are going to be engaging in. So I want everybody to just look at the modules part. As you begin to log in, this is really the intricate part of our layout here with our learning management system. As you can see, we are week number one. And as you notice now, there's only 1 week that you can actually look at in terms of instructions and also assignments and other items, things that we have to complete in order to have a successful completion of the course for week number one. Now, one of the things I can tell you all, class, is what I'm going to do is it will be either Saturday or Sunday. That will be the time where I will unlock the following week. As you know, with our course happens to begin every Monday. That's the new week. And then that week ends on Sunday with the new week beginning that following Monday. So, with week number two, what you will notice, either Saturday or Sunday, it will be one of those 2 days towards the end of the week, you will be able to access week two material. And the reason why, as I've taught this course, I've taught it with Wisconsin Lutheran College for the last 5 years, is that how do we approach adult learning? Well, there's a way that we do it. Theory has it that if we begin to just present 1 week at a time while facilitating an online course, you will actually retain more information in terms of the definitions and also theories and principles that we're going to be encountering within this course. So that's the reason why you will only see 1 week at a time that would actually come up. So with that being said, let me do this. Of course, this will be the first video that you will review or that you will look at for week one. As you know, my instructor background is right here. And if you want to know more about me, this is my information and my background. It gives you a history of my teaching, also the degrees that I've earned, and also other industries that I happen to have worked in and that I have experience. What I want everybody to do, and a few of you all have actually done this already, I'm just going to dip down to the PreCourse Activities. Do me a favor, introduce yourself. Just take some time, all right? Just talk about, for example, what your background is. Of course, you're in our adult degree completion program. What field do you work in? Also, what are your hobbies and interests? Because we all need a balance in life. What do you like to do for fun and for recreation? And a few of you all have actually done this already, where you've actually shared some information and you've just told me a little bit about yourself. So make sure that you do that this week. The next thing will be the steps to completion. All right. And this is something that you can follow. Okay. And this is for your purpose to be used as a guide. All right. Print a copy of this. All right. For hard copy purposes. Okay. Another thing that you want to do is if you feel that you're not in the correct course, if it doesn't align with your program, make sure that you contact your academic advisor, who would happen to be Nikki Wilson O'Neill. She's a good person. Next thing you want to do, and we'll look at this, is we'll locate the syllabus, and I'll show you exactly where the syllabus is at. I have uploaded a syllabus for the course. And then you want to check and make sure that you have a required textbook. Now, The Flat World happens to be the publisher for this textbook, and I think that some of you all may have had an issue actually accessing the digital copy of this textbook. If you still have problems, and if you happen to be looking at this video, whether it be Monday, May 23rd, or Tuesday, May 24th, please send me an email and let me know right away. The issue with the publisher is supposed to be fixed on Monday, to my understanding. I actually did have a consult with the dean regarding this matter. If you still have issues with accessing the digital copy of the textbook, please email me right away so that we can rectify that matter. I talked about introducing yourself, and then also get yourself familiar. Okay, this is what I'm using right now. I'm actually using Screencast, all right, to actually record this. And one of the things that you're going to be doing is that your weekly video discussion, you're going to be using Screencast for that. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be uploading that into YouTube. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. That's going to be one of your weekly assignments, which will be the weekly video discussion. And then most importantly, okay, when it comes to the writing aspect, which is our final paper, you definitely want to have access to Microsoft Word. Okay, because when it comes to submitting that final paper section, I want to submit it on Microsoft Word. So make sure you cover that as well. Let me go back here to the modules. Okay, so here's the textbook right here. If I can click on the textbook, you should be able to load it, and you should be able to actually have adequate information, all of the chapters pertaining to this course. This Survey of Economics, that is the name of the textbook that we're using for this course, and Rittenberg and Tregarthen. Those happen to be the authors. All right, so remember that. Let me go back to the module, and the syllabus is right here. Click on the syllabus. I recommend this. All right, print out a hard copy to carry it around for you in your files. But then also, one of the things that you want to do is you want to save this to the hard drive of your computer. So as I'm opening it up right here, this happens to be the syllabus, and it gives my phone number, my email. It kind of gives the expectations of the course. And I just kind of want to touch bases here with the biblical scripture. Now, I've used this scripture for this course over the last 5 years. Take some time to read this. Genesis, the 41st chapter, the 48th and the 49th, and also the 56th and the 57th verse. And it tells the story of Joseph. You know, Joseph, who was one that God used for dreams and visions. All right, but then Joseph also had another intricate part within the Bible. He's a very important biblical character. The scriptures that I shared here in Genesis 41, 48, and the 49th, 56, and 57th verse, it talks about supply and demand. How do we tie biblical scripture within this course? So as you begin to read this, you will get the revelation that supply and demand is being revealed in a time of a recessional period of economic depression. So I just wanted to kind of share that with you all in terms of the scripture reference. And this kind of just gives a breakdown of the course itself, and also the percentage in terms of the weekly assignments and what percentage does actually go towards your final grade. Another important thing that you want to remember regarding this, okay, is that the final day of our class is July the 3rd. So the blurb that I put within the syllabus under instructor policies, no late assignments will be accepted after Sunday, July the 3rd. So that's something very important to keep in mind. Keep that in mind, everyone. And just when your time, I'm not going to read word for word here with the syllabus. It just talks about integrity, academic expectations. It's pretty much the standard template regarding the syllabus that we happen to use here at the college. So let me go back. All right. And let me get into week number 1. So, some of the things that you're going to do here is this. You're going to read what you should be doing right now, chapters 1 through 3, if you have access to the textbook. And here are your weekly discussion questions. Now, these are going to be due on a weekly basis. The first one is going to be on NAFTA, which is our North American Free Trade Agreement. And to my understanding, if you all follow the news, it's no longer called NAFTA, but President Trump, during his time in office under the Trump administration, eliminated the word NAFTA. But we still do have a trade agreement with Mexico and as well as Canada. So, one of the things that we'll be doing with these weekly discussion questions, I will be engaging with the class. So what do you need to do? First thing you need to do is submit your initial response. It's due by Thursday. You see the date there. With 2 responses, substantive responses, that's going to be due on Saturday, meaning that you're going to respond back to at least 2 of your peers. And of course, the next one is going to be rent control laws. Oh, it's a huge thing now, especially with the moratoriums. Think about what we've been dealing with the pandemic. And now that the moratoriums have been lifted, landlords have gone up on monthly rents. So the question is, in a discussion, do we need some sort of rent control as governed by some of the large cities here within this country? Think about that. Give me a response. That's also due by Thursday. Your initial response with substantive responses, that's going to be due by Saturday. And then, of course, your weekly review, what I just mentioned a little bit earlier. What you're going to do is you're going to click on this link right here. This is going to be the Economic Freedom Index. And what you're going to do is you're going to compare the United States and a chosen country. Okay? This is going to be a country that you're going to choose. And what you're going to do is you're going to create an interactive chart highlighting the 2 countries, and you're going to incorporate that into your presentation. So you're going to click on this, and you're just going to do an overall economic freedom comparison. Now we know, of course, government has an influence, based on the country when it comes to economic freedom. Okay? We are under capitalism, while you have some countries that are under an embarking socialism, and some are under a dictatorship. So give me a 2 to 3 minute. It doesn't have to be extensive, but give me a 2 to 3 minute presentation class. Okay? And you will be using PowerPoint, and what you will be doing is you'll be using Screencast-O-Matic, and you will upload that into YouTube. All right? That's going to be due Sunday night, next Sunday. That's when your video review, and this is going to be a weekly thing in terms of your assignments and the actual days that they're going to be due. So what I'm going to do is, okay, this is the first video. I just kind of want to walk us through Canvas a little bit to get familiar with it and how your weeks are going to look at using this learning management system. In the next video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw some terms and definitions at you pertaining to chapter 1 and 3. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about the final paper portion, section 1 of your final paper portion that will be due by next Sunday. Okay, everybody, this is Professor Javier Black. Stay tuned. This is the wrap up of video number 1. And I will be talking to you very soon with video number 2.